Today on Forbes, the founder of Chipotle becomes a billionaire. Steve Ells, the founder of Chipotle, has officially become a billionaire. Ells opened the first Chipotle in 1993, converting a former ice cream shop near the University of Denver into what would eventually spark a fast casual dining revolution. 3 decades later, he's now the world's first burrito billionaire. Forbes estimates that Ells, who served as Chipotle's CEO until 2018 and executive chairman until 2020, now has a net worth of $1 billion. He's one of 288 new entrants on this year's World's Billionaires list, released last week. Ells might also be one of the most unlikely names to make it. Today, Chipotle operates over 3,700 locations worldwide. In 2024, more than 130,000 employees served $11.3 billion worth of food, making Chipotle the third most valuable restaurant chain globally, behind only McDonald's and Starbucks, with a market capitalization of $68 billion. Yet, the 59-year-old Ells, a classically trained chef more concerned with ingredient quality than corporate profits, made early moves that almost guaranteed he would miss billionaire status. In 1998, Ells sold large portions of Chipotle to McDonald's, which helped expand the chain from 16 locations to nearly 500 by the time of its 2006 IPO. However, it was McDonald's, not Ells, that profited most, owning 91% of the company as its valuation soared past $1 billion on its first day of trading. At that time, Ells' personal stake was under 4%, valued at just $44 million. Even after going public, Ells continued to sell off his shares. By 2014, despite Chipotle's stock rising 1,400% from its IPO, Ells had reduced his stake to around 1%, prompting Forbes to once write that he may never be a billionaire. However, Chipotle's expansion continued, surpassing 1,000 stores in 2010 and 2,000 in 2016. Ells benefited from Chipotle's executive compensation plans, which awarded him large batches of stock as share prices increased. By the time he left the board in 2020, he had collected about $300 million pre-tax through stock sales and still held about 1% of the company, then worth roughly $170 million. Since then, Chipotle's stock has risen another 250%, and combined with potential investment returns during the market surge, Ells has finally crossed the billionaire threshold. Despite this milestone, he declined to comment to Forbes on their valuation. Ells' journey started in the early 1990s while working as a sous chef in San Francisco, where he was inspired by the city's taquerias. Returning to his home state of Colorado, he opened Chipotle with the initial goal of using its profits to fund a fine dining restaurant. The first Chipotle offered a limited menu, a unique counter service setup, and prices far higher than typical fast food, charging over $4 for a burrito when Taco Bell sold them for just 59 cents. Speaking at a Wall Street Journal event in 2023, Ells recalled customers would walk in, poke their head inside, and then turn and walk away. They didn't get it. But the fast casual model, a blend of high-quality food served quickly, soon caught on. By 1995, Ells opened a second location and a third in 1996. By 1998, with 16 stores and limited capital, Ells sought funding. His father, Bob Ells, later told Bloomberg that after pitching their business plan to 13 venture capital firms, they were rejected by all. Then McDonald's, which was aggressively investing in new concepts at the time, stepped in and took a majority stake. Even with McDonald's ownership, Ells continued to insist on using fresh ingredients prepared on-site. For the full story, check out Chase Peterson-Withorn's report on